Yeah, I'm taking guess, Hatchet Mouth. You got a guess for me? Bring them on. I don't give a fuck what it's pronounced. It's stupid. You set out a deck of cards and like it says suck Trumpster Bob's dick, you start begging to suck my fucking dick, all right? Is that what's up? You faggot. Yeah, I think they did steal that fucking election in Arizona. Look, man, Arizona is one stupid fucking state. Them people just keep voting Democrat, just like California. They're like as dumb as New York City, California, Oregon, and the state of fucking Washington. Them people are dumb. They're dumb. They're like the dumbest motherfuckers on the goddamn planet, man. That's what they are.
Hey, Trumpster Bob.
Who the fuck is you?
Hatchet Mouth.
Okay.
Is that okay? I mean,
Yeah, that's cool, man. I just don't know who you are. I really don't have a clue who you are. I've seen you commenting a lot.
yeah.
I'll say that.
Well, let me reassure I'm not one of those Kermit and Friends faggots. I have no idea what the appeal is with Elisa Jordana and the Kermit and Friends. Everybody always in everybody's orbit and everything, and I hear you going off about him, and that's when you're usually at your most entertaining. I hope I don't get swatted for being, around, this area of the internet or some bullshit. But I just wanted to say that I like how, you always end up on top of Wits In, who gets drunk and moody all the time. And, you always seem to come out like 7 steps ahead. And I am 100% not trolling like some of these other people that come on here, like Imora, and who else? That guy who looked like the lead singer of AFI. All these pricks who come on here and condescend and try to deceive and troll. I am 100%, in this camp. I just wanted to finally, voice it.
No, I appreciate your honesty, man. At least you came up here and said who you were. You showed your face. You're not scared.
Yeah, I know how it rolls. Yeah, because you've been pouring bomb to death. I know.
Well, I have. I've been porn bombed several times, like a lot of times, like probably a dozen times, and I've avoided more than that, like a lot. I've avoided, but I can tell you what the personification, what the lure is to Kermit Friends. What they do is they go out and they sell Elisa Jordana as a Hollywood superstar. She's not. Elisa Jordana is one of the most disliked people in Hollywood. Everybody that personally knows her don't like her. The people that personally buddy up to her and go out with her as friends with her do not fucking like her in real life.
How did you find your way over to her? Was it through the Drunken Peasants? It was, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, those guys can't have an honest conversation, to save their lives. I mean,
no, yeah, I was invited by Maurice Delp. He's a white man that pretends to be black.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he had a run-in with the Revenge of the Sis guys, who you probably don't know, but
I do know them. I know all about that. I'm the guy that fucking doxed the motherfuckers to the point I showed every fucking room in their fucking little apartment deal they live in. I even fucking went and got a satellite live view and showed live real-time satellite view of their fucking parking lot. I showed everybody their car, their license plate number, and the fucking sitcom that they tried to have made. Two's a company, three's a crowd, which was a gay version of Three's Company. And it didn't take. Nobody wanted to air that fucking stupid shit. And it was aired right there in their fucking little apartment deal that they own.
And you're referring to Revenge of the Sis, not Maurice Delk and his people, right?
Right, Revenge of the Sis.
Well, now, what do you have against Merch and Royce? Because I actually find them kind
of...
Merch
and Royce are gay. They're gay. March puts on a fucking wig and pretends to be Roy's fucking wife because he is the bitch of that family. But other than that and who they worked for in the past, I disclosed all of their fucking work history. The only people they ever worked for is these fucking little globalist bitch ass companies. They've never had a legitimate job in their entire life.
So that's how they were able to attain this huge reach and everything so fast then.
Correct.
Well, now, how do
I'm
you?
the one that talks.
Well, I'm sorry. How do you stay ahead of the game? I mean, how do you hustle and everything? I mean,
I stay honest.
tried that.
Yeah, stay honest. To be, believe it or not, people don't get this about me, but staying honest keeps you ahead of the game. Just be real with everything you see. When you see somebody do a live stream about something, honestly ask yourself, why are they doing that live stream? And you'll find your answer. You got to be honest 100%. You can't fucking hide. I'm not hiding. Yeah, I was charged with fucking sexual assault and all that bullshit and with zero fucking evidence because the state of Texas takes you to court like that. I am going to have that all expunged off my record. I don't give a fuck. The judge was married to the DA. It guarantees it. You can't fucking hold that shit over a man in a Shanghai court like that. Nobody accepts it. So I'm winning over more people than are against me, per se. The only people that are against me, if you notice, are the fucking haters. The gay haters of society, for the most part. The gays that hate everybody. John Taylor was boofed up his ass by his fucking uncle since the age of 15. He admitted that on Kermit Friends live stream. Quigley, William Quigley, the artist, has AIDS. I just recently exposed that. I brought that to light for everybody to see.
Well, no,
He
wait a
fucking
minute.
hates me.
Well, I know. I'm sorry to interrupt. The tether guy is William Quigley. My question is, why do you need to expose that people were abused as kids or they have AIDS? Wouldn't it be more productive to expose if they have like their hand in a till, so to speak, that they shouldn't have their hand in, or they're doing something illegal? Like, why would a sickness or abuse? And I'm not politically correct in the least. I'm just trying to clarify here. Why would you want to expose that?
Well, because the number one thing they go after me with is my sexual charge that obviously I'm not guilty of. I even tell people, go get that woman to come on a live stream. Any live stream, I'll confront her. She'll admit she was never fucking raped. Look, she did it out of self-greed, self-purpose, and self-reason. And I don't hate her for it, believe it or not. I forgave her for this years ago. People don't understand that either. How can you forgive somebody who did it to you, Bob? Well, because I overcame it. That's why. And it's true. I have at least one or more women in prison for making false accusations against me. The LGBT don't fuck with me no more. They don't fuck with me no more. They don't even try because they know that I will put their fucking ass in a fucking penitentiary. So that's why I come at it from that angle, if you will. Now, if what you're talking about, hand in the tilly jar, hey, man, if I see proof of that in any direction, I'll go after them for that, too. If you look at Noodles did a live stream with me. He didn't show his hand in a cookie jar anywhere, but what he did show is that he was at a child's game, like a 10th grader's playing some kind of soccer or something, right? Some kind of ball game. And why is a grown man at a ball game? He's got no children in that ball game. See? And he's already been accused of fucking pedophilia and shit for years. It's because he likes taunting his pedophilia. Like, you can't catch me. I'm a pedophile. I'm going to go fucking kidnap a kid and rape him today, and you can't do nothing about it. This is his high. And I'm telling him the cops will catch him if he's actually doing that shit.
Well, someone actually restreamed him bragging about a knife that he had that was allegedly made out of human bone the other night. I don't know if you heard about that. I think it was Badcore was the name of the channel. And that was pretty creepy. That was some Ed Gein shit right there. You know, I mean,
yeah, and people say a lot of bad things, and I do too about Badcore, because Badcore is fucking wacky dude. But he does come up with some wacky dude shit every once in a while, like that live stream you're talking about right there.
Well, I mean, regardless of what political, line you toe, I mean, we can admit making knives out of human bones is pretty. I mean, that's pretty sick. That's fucking subhuman, you know.
Oh yeah, it's out of there, man. That's fucking out of there. I agree. So Badcore's kept himself on top of the game because every once in a while he comes out with in-depth shit like that. Nobody likes the guy. Nobody likes Badcore. Let me point that out. Nobody likes him. He's totally self-absorbed. He goes off on shit that, like, he's a pedophile's damn self. He was abused as an underage kid by his fucking teacher. And the guy's got mental problems. Like, he was the gay Elvis for a while. Okay, let's face it. The guy's got some fucking mental derangement problems.
Gay Elvis?
But,
what?
Oh, yeah. He was the gay Elvis for fucking, 15 fucking years straight.
I don't know what that means. What is a gay Elvis?
He did impersonations of Elvis, but he was like, "Hello, boys," kind of Elvis instead of the Elvis, the stud.
Okay.
Elvis was a fucking stud. Let's face it. Wherever he showed up at a hotel, he had 100 fucking women begging to suck his fucking dick, straight up.
Here's something that
all kinds of kids out there probably, but nobody knows about. But Elvis was a fucking stud. But goddamn, Corey is the gay Elvis he's the gay version of Elvis. But no matter how much you don't like Corey, you have to watch his fucking live stream, because every once in a while he comes up with some good shit, like what you're talking about right there. And I'll tell you how he does it. He watches. Corey sits back and watches, and he'll catch on to shit nobody else caught on to. He watches shit that nobody else will watch. He's a nerd like that. You got to love him for that. And no matter how bad you think about Corey, in a roundabout way, is in a good fight in his own way. I'll say that.
Ouija in the chat is asking if I'm a juggalo. No, I guess I can hang with that crowd. I have a few friends who are into ICP, but no, not myself. I just happen to have Hatchet in my name, like Hatchet Man, Hatchet Mouth. It just sounded like a badass handle, and someone will probably find a way to make fun of it. It's cool. But no, I just don't understand why everything orbits around Elisa Jordana and Kermit and Friends. Who is trying to position her as this superstar? Is it the IP2 people who you said go around?
No, it's her people. It's her clique. It's called the clique. They said nobody could bring down a clique. I brought them down. They said nobody could out the clique. I outed them. I know who every single one of them motherfuckers are. I know a guy. I know one of them who had Juan Bond, for example. I know exactly who the fuck he is. The house he lives in was purchased for $100. How many of y'all knew that? Nobody knew that till I said it tonight earlier in the Discord over there. Let me tell you, they're not infallible. They're not. You could find out who all of them are. All you got to do is ask me. But you can do it on your own. These people are not infallible. But her clique, who a lot of these people have been known, like as book writers for this guy or for that female over there or whatever. They're known people. She worked for Howard Stern at one time for an entire year. And her man works for him to this fucking day. So that is the aura around her. They tout her off as a Hollywood star. She was in a movie for about 3 fucking seconds. You dig? And it was a D movie. It was like maybe a D or F movie. Where at the end of the movie, Shark could do 4, by the way. She, her black friend, it's a friend of hers. She's had sex with her. Yeah, okay. But orgies is that type of thing around her, okay? If you think it's not, you got the wrong fucking person. This black friend of hers is running with her dog, and she says, "Oh my God!" And she says the name of her dog, and she goes running up, grabs the dog, and runs off. And that was it. That was her whole part in the fucking movie. So, so she was not in the fucking movie per se. She wasn't the main part of the movie.
She was an extra or a walk-on. Yeah.
Yeah, she was extra, like, okay, blah, blah, blah. And so people use that to say she's a Hollywood star, and they prompt her. She was in a pop band that was a hit for an entire year. And because of her, it was a fucking hit. And after she left, the band did go down and became nothing. And they should have kept her. The problem is the leader of the band was having sex with her. So therein became the problem. But he didn't want her. He ended up going for another chick. So, of course, they outed her ass. So she was big-headed. She even admits that on her own live stream. She did a whole show about it where she was big-headed back then. She talks about it where she had to be the main singer in the group, even though she knew she couldn't be that. She could have carried it, I think, to a certain extent. And if she had let it flow, she would have done really good. But she was just too goddamn big-headed, see? And so after the first year in that band, she was fucking outed. So basically, she's been a loser at every point in her fucking life. She's a gold investor. She's an investor. She knows she can make a lot of money investing. She doesn't even have a fucking job right now. I tried to get her to go apply to other jobs, get a new job. She ain't done it. She won't do it. Her own family fucking hates her, and she can't figure out why. But she's out there hanging around with low-life scumbag bitch motherfuckers like IP2. Who recently released a video where a motherfucking bitch pissed in the guy's mouth. That's the kind of scumbag people hang around. And they think that this is content that people want to see. That's the amazing thing about
it. I mean, it does kind of make me curious. Like I like wanting to see a train wreck. Yeah. I mean, didn't you say that IP2 people were basically drug mules and they justify, you know.
I didn't say that in this live stream, which tells me you've heard me in the past. Yes. Captain Content is a drug mule. That's exactly what the fuck he is. He even said it. He even admitted it on his own fucking live stream. He's so stupid. That's how I found out. I was watching live stream, kind of like Corey and that. I catch on to shit which most people overlook. Captain Content is a drug mule. He makes most of his money hauling drugs, not fucking live streaming.
Don't you think that all these little sub communities like IP2 and KAF isn't everybody just trying to really replicate maybe you're not even a fan of him, but maybe you were at one time, I don't know. But aren't they all just trying to replicate that freak show fun of the old Howard Stern? Isn't that what all this is really about, or am I reading it wrong? I mean, where does it come from?
You know what? I think you're the first one on my panel to say that and to nail it.
Really? Cool.
You nailed it right there. You just fucking nailed it right there.
Everybody is looking for their own whack pack, right?
Yeah, everybody's looking for their own whack pack, Foxhound group or whatever. They're fucking caught up in this delusion that they can be the center of attraction.
Mm-hmm. Now, and what do you think makes you different?
I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm here to expose the bad in our politics. That's originally what I was here for. I get caught up in all this fucking little group dilemma and bullshit. But I'm above that. I'm not into this fucking pit hole of shit. like these people are into. But and I think that separates me in a large way. Um, and I've even pulled out of that. I don't want to get fucking assassinated. Okay, so I'm not going to expose the globalists too much. But I do plan on doing more in the world of politics here in the near future and other things. I got other things I'm working on. I have a live stream right now and not a live stream. I have a channel where I upload videos, but nobody knows what it is. Nobody will ever attach it to me. They're too fucking stupid. And yeah, I gotta say I've only earned $3 in donations so far in that fucking venture, but I gotta tell you, the guy that turned me on to doing this owns a house not far from where I live. He owns a fucking mansion, and the guy is super fucking rich. He's got millions of dollars, and this is what he does to earn that fucking money. And he earns all of his money through fucking YouTube. See,
I
so I'm
don't see that.
following his path.
I just don't see that ever happening for myself.
Yeah, it's hard to get into. It's hard. It's this computer. I'm not going to even be able to meet the next level with this fucking computer. But in another month or two, per se, I'm going to have a better computer where I can do better videos in that direction. You know, you got to be able to pull a video on your PC and fuck with it, and you know, take this out and add this in and add music in and all that, and then upload it.
You need a producer.
PC I got will not do that.
You won't get a producer. Another thing that I've seen YouTubers use is, and this may be like way too inside baseball for whoever's in the chat or whatever, whoever's watching, but I mean, I've seen a lot of YouTubers go to look for sponsors and do live reads of everything from like Blue Chew to DraftKings, you know, so that, and they pay them to read their like a script on the air. I mean, and that's kind of weak, right? But it's money in your pocket, and it's pretty easy. I don't know. Is that too artificial? Is that too bullshit?
I think you're nailing it. I think you got a good perspective and a grasp on things. I don't do live streams per se a lot where I'm begging for fucking donations per se. Those guys actually do garner a certain amount of donations. I do shit like I go live streaming birds. Like the property I live on, we have falcons, eagles, and hawks that nest in our backyard. Today I saw a big ass fucking hawk about a half a mile away in a dead tree just posting up. Why is he up there? Well, if he sees any fucking prey walking around on the ground, he's gonna kill it and eat it. We have jaguarundi here that have killed off every fucking rabbit on the planet. To me, that's more important than any of this bullshit fucking live streaming that we're seeing. And if I get a telescope, if I get more money enough to buy the equipment I need, I think I could get a jaguarundi on a live stream or on a video. And I'll be the first person to do that in over 22 fucking years. They're the rarest cat on the planet. And we got a family of them living, if not on this property, close to it. Because I'm not the only one that's seen the jaguarundi. It's been constant. He walked within 12 feet of me, if you can imagine that. A jaguarundi within 12 feet of me. It is an amazing thing when you realize that just happened to you. And so I'm more into reality, you dig, than fiction or pointing fingers at somebody and trying to slander and throw mud at somebody. I'm only good at it because these guys have been stalking me for so fucking long.
Weren't you worried getting it within 12 feet of a jaguarundi? I mean,
No, not at all, because when he walked past us, I thought he was a domesticated cat. And you know, in your mind, you see that outside of your eye, and you kind of glance at it, and okay, and you're talking to somebody at the table, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, That's a big fucking cat. And you look back and you're like, oh, god damn, that's a big fucking cat. There's no fucking way. That's a domesticated cat. So I Googled the description of this cat and it came back, Jaguarundi. And 3.5 feet between chest and ass, 3 foot tail. The eyes are different colors. The one I seen was jet black with green eyes. Some of the cats are cougar color, or they got little speckles of black in them, in that color. And then they'll be like, they could be yellow eye or blue eye, but they have constant colored eyes, and then the black pupil of their eye in the middle. And that is not a domesticated cat. They're slender too. They're like really slender. They're more slender for the size of their body than the domesticated cat or any cat you've ever seen. Like a mountain lion, they could outrun a mountain lion. There ain't even no question in my mind. They can out jump any fucking cat on the planet, in my opinion. They got huge back muscles on their back legs, and they're so fucking skinny in the rear end. But it's nothing but pure fucking muscle back there. Their neck is muscle because they got to drag off their prey. I heard one night, me and Gene that lives here, the guy that runs this place, heard this fucking Jaguarundi kill a fucking fox. And that fox yelped like a bitch. But that cat drug his fucking ass off that night. Well, since then, we have not seen that fox on this property. And that fox had a family that lived on this property. We did see them leaving the fuck out the next day. And I didn't catch that on a live stream, but that did happen. And so the fox got the fuck out of here because the Jaguarundi's here. Jaguarundi will kill anything the size of a fox or smaller, but people are not on the menu. We're too big. They're not going to fuck with us. The cat walked right past me. Let me tell you their paws. A paw on a Jaguarundi looks like a smaller version of a panther paw. It is not a fucking domesticated cat paw. That bitch will they will kill a human being if you fuck with it. I guarantee. I'm not fucking with this cat. But at the same time, they don't want to fuck with us. So I've been throwing all the extras out. If anybody here at the mansion cooks up something and leaves it in the icebox too long, I throw it out for the cat. So
some people would caution against doing that because they might get used to it and want to hang around.
No, yeah, I got no problem with that. I want to get this thing up close on a live stream. I got no problem with that. I do not fear this cat in any way. I do not think this cat will get aggressive with me in any way.
You've probably seen and experienced a lot of things that a lot of people on here don't give you credit for. I mean, you ever think about writing your memoirs or anything about your life? Or does this suit you?
I do need to write a few books. How I started up the Trump Underground, how I started up the flag waves for Donald Trump on the overpasses before anybody else, how I outed and put out of business Zink Uger and Alex Jones. Things like that I probably do need to write a book on.
Well, now the Young Turks are still around and hyperventilating every time there's any kind of election. So
no, they're gonna be around. Look, people with money, you can't put them out. You can't do that, but you can expose them. And he's been exposed. Nobody fucking believes a goddamn thing his fucking Muslim pedophile ass says, and fuck Zink Uger up his ass.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but his co-host is worse. That shrill harpy Anna Kasparian.
Yeah.
Can't stand her. What was it she said the night that Trump got elected?
I love your cat already.
Huh?
Bring your cat up in the picture a little more. Where's she at? Is that a he or she?
She.
Hey, we got a lot of cat lovers over here, man.
Really?
I'm a cat lover. I love the Jaguarundi. Fell in love with it when I first seen it. There he is. Looky there. Got him a cat.
She moves around. Well, I tried.
Yeah,
I got a lot of cats.
do the wrong thing. There he is. He's gonna steal the show now.
Yeah,
No, he's
yeah.
being very effective emoji.
I inherited a lot of cats when my parents passed, and they got me through it. So uh, I'm this is cat country now. It just is what it is.
Yeah, there you go. Fuck anybody else, right?
Well, yeah. I've got a social life.
Oh yeah, of
But
course.
but yeah. My cats are my base.
I like him because he's being very affectionate to you right now. He's wanting something.
Yeah. Um, it is time to feed him soon. I just wanted to come on and show my support because I know a lot of people heckle you, and I think it's undeserved. And honestly, if you asked me a month from now, and I came on, I would say the same thing. I think that people give you way too much shit without listening to the wisdom, that comes from age and experience. And, a lot of times when they're laughing at you, it's because you said something that was actually funny and they don't realize that
Yeah.
they're laughing with you, not at you. They think they're laughing at you, but I mean, you wanted them to laugh. See, I don't think a lot of people get that.
A lot of times that is the case. You're right, and sometimes I do go at people that come at me that way unnecessarily, and I see that sometimes. So I backed off of a lot of that. But people like Fireman John, you got to understand, he's a drunk. He's a bad drunk. I mean, this guy wakes up putting liquor in his fucking coffee. You know, he passes out. He doesn't go to sleep and fall asleep. He passes the fuck out. Um, he's got a lot of problems in his life he's having to deal with in his own mind. And I keep bringing these things up to him, and he doesn't like it, but he's got to deal with it. See? And he talks a big talk, but at the end of the day, he's got a short stick. He's never going to face me in a fight. He's too much of a pussy. He pussied out today, just again. And Pixelbait offered to give me a plane ticket to go see this cocksucker. And his wife says, "Oh, we're going to be out of town that week." Yeah, of course, because you're a pussy. And this is constant. Every fucking time you get them cornered into this, the same fucking thing pops up. Same fucking excuse, the same lame game. And it's constant. And then you get people like fucking Yinzer, who's all about clickbait. Like anything to get a fucking bunch of people watching their live stream. And they try to personify this and excavate it up to where, hey, this is the big fight of the week. And so you get that. And it's not just with him, it's also with William Quigley, who's been at me especially this week because he wants his name in the spotlight. Because he's an artist. And most of his art fucking sucks. Let's face it. It looks like a bunch of fucking scribble.
Well, his name is
made money doing it.
His name isn't. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to take over your show, Bob. But his name is in the spotlight. Didn't you say that he lost more money than he ever made with Tether?
Correct.
Right? Yeah.
Correct. He did, and I feel sorry for him for that. I mean, he didn't pull out of it as quick as his partner did. His partner's a billionaire for a reason, and his partner pulled out of it, bam, 3 months ago. And his partner's looking good right now. He just bought a house in fucking Colorado for $12.8 or $9 million paid cash. Boom. And I showed that house on my live stream. Nice fucking house. I tried to call him, but he never did pick up the phone. But this other guy that did a live stream with him did pick up the phone, but wouldn't say anything bad about him because he's not that kind of guy. But I was calling people that have known this man professionally. And I did show the pictures and the difference of him from last year to this year. The guy's got AIDS. I exposed that. He don't even deny it. That's the thing about it now. He never denied it. He's got AIDS. His HIV's turned into full-blown AIDS, and he's in a bad way physically. And it makes you feel sorry for the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hate the guy because he's gay. I don't give a fuck who's gay and who ain't. I don't care that he's got AIDS. I feel sorry for him because he's got AIDS.
One guy who did show up for a fight, and I remember how I just watched that clip over and over, was when Mark Connors showed up, and he was actually trying to patch things up, and you're like, I'm not even worried about it. You got it up in his face, and it was magical, Bob. That's how you do it, man. You defend your territory, right? And I'm glad that you guys did eventually get it worked out, however long it lasted. But I still don't understand the whole backstory between you, Wits End, Fireman John, and Mark Connors. And I've listened to you piece it together, bit by bit at times, and there's always a piece missing. Apparently, you guys were all friends at some point, and it went terribly wrong, right? Like, you were friends in real life? No?
Okay, no. Let me help you out there.
Okay.
Okay, prior to me knowing Mark Cruz, aka Mark Connors, Kelly Taylor had been stalking this guy for years. Here's the backstory.
Okay.
Kelly Taylor wanted to do his documentary. Okay, she wanted to film everything behind the scenes and all of that. And he didn't need it. He already had his own thing doing it. And after he went through his court trial for his rape case, which he did not fucking do, I guarantee you, he did not fucking do it. I'll spill that off to you here in a minute, a quick version. He did not fucking do it. I guarantee it. But she already knew about that. She was begging to come to work for this guy. Okay. And one day she was going to all of his fucking his concerts, right? So she showed up at a concert. She got into the area where his bus was at, and his band members and all of that. And they were outside. They had tables put out, chairs. They're sitting around drinking and bullshitting and partying and barbecuing, that kind of thing. So she shows up, gets on him, starts kissing him and all of that shit. So he takes her in the bus, and he put a dick down on her from one end of the bus to the motherfucking other. I mean, he laid down some dick on this bitch, right? Now, I want to tell you ahead of time, Mark's got a dick. Now, I've never looked up Mark's dick to see this. But if you ever seen Mark with a full fucking body shot and a tight pair of pants on, motherfucker got a dick. He got a dick laid down next to his leg, like halfway down his fucking leg.
A third leg.
Yeah, he's got a third leg, like for real. And if you ever seen the nude of Fireman John, he got an itty bitty little thing, like a tiny little fucking thing he hid behind a fucking counter of his bathroom, sending Alyssa Jordana his nude pics. By accident, he said. It wasn't by accident. He sent them to her. And
why does everybody send pics online, man? It's not a good idea.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So John, being gay, invited Mark Connor to his house to fuck his wife, Kelly Taylor. Well, of course, because he wants Mark Connor's dick up his fucking ass. You catching on to the scene now? This is real talk, man. And there's a lot more. There's so much more about this. Y'all don't even know. But here's the thing. So that's the gist of it, though. So they still stalk him to this day. They've been stalking this motherfucker for 17 fucking years. Who the fuck stalks somebody for 17 years?
And sometimes you. Right?
Yeah, they started stalking me in 2016 because they're Democrats and I'm not. And I was making all these moves in the right direction, getting Donald Trump elected. So what happened was they came after me. I didn't know who was reporting my videos till I looked it up. When I looked it up, I looked them up and they were nowhere to be seen. So I started looking up in private social networks. I then stumbled on to the next day, the next fucking private social network I was going to look up was what's that guy's name? Wits End, people call him Rob DeHaven. That's not even his real name. And he owned libertyrush.com.
It was a social media. It was attempted a new social media thing because Facebook and Twitter were bullshit, right?
Correct. And he thought he could cash in, but he didn't get to cash in because the cocksucker was upended by me again. And I shut him down back then. I shut him down a second time. And finally, I think I accidentally shut him down permanently. He discontinued the shit. You can't even Google it and find it on the internet no more. So these guys come at me in all kinds of ways, but at the end of the day, who won? Did you see Liberty Rush anywhere on the internet? No, you don't. I shut it down. And if you go over to Kermit and Friends and look, unless the cocksuckers fucking queers $3 bill, they're on my team after they learn the whole story of what really went down. So they're winning everybody over on my team. They're not helping their case at all. At all. And so this is something people need to really think about when they're thinking about who is this guy. Let me look him up here. I'll give you some more information. But I got to go Google this motherfucker. Like, there's William Quigley. Poor guy. East Palestine, Ohio. Jacksonville, Florida. Places he's lived. Like, I got all these people's fucking And here's the weird thing. Let me tell you, I never in 2016 would have thought that I would have had all of these people's personal fucking information right now. Like back then, if you would have told me this, I would have said, shut the fuck up. I don't even want to have their personal information. But you end up getting it because these guys are so fucking stupid. His real name is Robert Bernard. He's 61 years old. He lives in Douglasville, PA. This guy, let me spell his last name for you. Robert, Beinert. That's how you spell his real last name. His fucking judge covered up a goddamn pedophilia case that he had. This guy was scoping little girls with the fucking cameras up their fucking skirt and shit in Walmart. He got arrested. His fucking judge fucking, I don't know who she is, how she's related to him. I think it's his aunt. She fucking had the case thrown out. And he was also arrested for raping a 13-year-old girl. And again, that fucking judge threw the case out. I shit you not. And I think he was fucking guilty, though, if you ask me. The guy was probably fucking guilty. And there's evidence against this guy doing that shit. That's the difference. See? And the judge just up and threw the fucking case out. And this guy, people are looking at him like he's somebody. He ain't nobody, man. I shut down his Liberty Rush for a lot of reasons. Not just for that. In fact, nobody even knew about that probably until this fucking live stream. But this guy is a bad guy. He stalks people in real life. The day I found out his real name is the day he fucking disappeared off of fucking the internet.
I think
that ought to tell you something.
What's his name? John Mazza?
John Mazza? Yeah, he's another character.
Well, he said his real name on stream too, and I thought it was Rick something. I guess he was wrong.
No, his real name is Johnny Mazza.
No, I mean
John Mazza.
Okay.
His last name is Li, L-I. He's actually Asian. He's not even like European. He's Asian.
Now, you say that you have all these people's personal information. I mean, that's your business, but I mean, should I be worried? I mean, you know.
No. I've never looked you up. I might look you up now, but I doubt it. Like, I don't give a fuck. Look, unless you're somebody that's out there causing a lot of problems for people and I need to look you up, I'll look you up. You know, this past week, I've had about 10 or 12 motherfuckers come at me, dox me, dox me, dox me. It's become a thing because, hold on. Heartburn for beer. That probably ain't going to help it, is it? Drinking more beer?
Now, I hope you're taking care of yourself. Cause yeah.
Oh yeah, I am. Yeah. Trust me. So here's the deal. So because I'm the guy that finally exposed the clique over at Kermit and Friends, by looking them all up, it took me a couple of years. I'm not gonna lie, it fucking took me a long time to figure out who all these people were. But because I did do that, and because I'm known for doing them and a lot of other people that came in there talking shit, I was able to, I doxed as many as 8 fucking people in one night. Okay, so you get a lot of people come in there saying, fucking expose me, look me up or whatever. I don't even look them up. They're not nobody. They're nobodies, man. I'm talking the only people I really need to look up are the main characters in a lot of this fucking bullshit that's going on the internet. And I guess these people think I'm just here to entertain a bunch of fucking drunks, but I'm not. See, that's what it comes down to. I leave out of there and I go watch a fucking movie. I watched the movie tonight. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
What'd you
watch? I went
watch?
and watched the movie.
What movie?
It was A Horse for Danny.
Horse
I
for
think
Danny.
is the name of it, something to that effect.
Is it a
was
Western?
a pretty good movie. No. It's not a Western. It was a horse. It was a movie about a racehorse it's fictional. It's not even real. It's not like Seabiscuit. I love that movie, by the way. Or War Admiral. That was a great movie. But it was just a movie about a little girl that owned a fucking horse that, you just got to see it. It's a pretty good fucking movie, actually. And there might have been some truth behind it. It might have been based off a true story. I don't know. But I just liked it. It's just a fucking movie I'd never seen before, so I went and watched it. So I'm kind of a movie buff. So I pull away from this bullshit by going and watching good movies like that. I'm a Star Trek buff, so I can watch any series of Star Trek out there and get my mind off of that fucking trash. That's going on the internet these days with all of these trashy motherfuckers. Like Fireman John, he's one of the most trashy motherfuckers you'll ever meet in your entire fucking life. It's got to be, he goes to the edge of to the fucking limit of fucking trash. And then he backs off and acts like a fucking sissy pussy. Anybody like me that's willing to meet him down there and then go further, he fucking backs out like a goddamn pussy. That's Fireman John. Fireman John beats his fucking wife. He's been convicted of it in the past. His current wife, last Christmas, left him and spent Christmas with her fucking brother, who is a goddamn fucking satanic priest in a satanic synagogue. Real talk. Shit's illegal in Texas, by the way. But in North Carolina, then he moved to fucking Florida. Then they moved to fucking Florida. They left the house that's totally paid off for and go rent a fucking house in Florida. Who the fuck does that shit, right? And John was trying to tell everybody he owned the house before he moved there. He doesn't own the fucking house. He's renting the fucking house. Well, not even the whole house. He's renting part of the fucking house, per se. And but it's scumbag pieces of shit like this cocksucker who did rape his 16-year-old first cousin that goes around stirring all this shit on the fucking internet. See, and people, when they first come in, they come in thinking he's the good guy. And then they learn, oh, he's the bad guy. See, and until they learn he's the bad guy and people like him, there's a lot of them too. There's not one of them, several of them they're all bunched up together. Once they realize that, then they turn against them. And fuck, man, it's like a new battleground all over again. Same old shit, broken recording. And this guy, like John fucking Taylor, call him Taylor Trash. You know why they call him Taylor Trash? Because his house in fucking Virginia is a goddamn trailer built in 1938, converted into a house. It's not a real fucking house. He's Taylor Trash. Trailer Trash. They call him Taylor Trash. You know who named him that? Mark Connors named him that because that's what he is. And these kind of pieces of shit keep the shit stirring. Nobody wants to fucking hear it. But it catches the aptitude of some people, the interest of some people per se. They jump in thinking, I'm a bad guy, Mark's a bad guy, these other people are bad people, when in fact, they're not. These are the good people. John Taylor's the bad guy. Harry Brogan, who lives with a sugar daddy, is the bad guy.
I've heard you bring him up, yeah.
Yeah, he's a fucking piece of shit. And all I got to do is pick up the goddamn phone and tell the city council members, call them by name, call them on the phone, say, watch my next live stream, motherfucker. And I guarantee you, his sugar daddy is going to lose his fucking job with the city. It's guaranteed. They know I can do this. I keep warning them, back the fuck off. I think he's kind of backed off, and that's good. I like his modeling venture. He's going in, and we can call a truce right fucking there, and I would be happy. You dig? And I think I got that with him. I hope I do. Dumpster Rick backed off because I know who the fuck he is in real life. He does talk big shit. He does, and he's good at what he does. But he's so far outdated with his humor. It's like, oh, it's fucking hurt your brain, you know? But okay, me and Rick are cool at this point to a certain extent. I can dig that. The Taylors will never fucking change. So people need to understand that about them. Which end is backed off. He's even publicly said it. He's made the statement. I'm done going after Trumpster Bob. We're done. Okay.
He also said he's done with YouTube. He said he's done with YouTube. I think he deleted his channel.
Yeah, all of but one. He's still got one channel up because he likes to poke around and watch live stream. So my worst fucking enemies that were coming after me have all been defeated, basically. And then up pops Noodles with a whole fucking ball of wax new again with his butt buddy over there from fucking England. It was a convicted fucking rapist. Go fucking figure. And this guy's coming at me like he fucking put me behind stage, shut me up, muted me, all of that shit when I went in his live stream. People were telling me, go back in the live stream. Why? So he can mute me? Nah, fuck that. I'll up in Noodles right fucking now. Noodles is a goddamn pedophile. And everybody fucking knows it. Everybody knows it.
That's too bad because, I mean, if he wasn't, I mean, you two might actually get along with listen to some of his conservative views. But then again, he owns a knife made of human bone. There is that too. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And I could be wrong. I'll say it right now. I could be wrong. But I have no reason to believe that at this point in time. I can only tell you that I think Noodles is a pedophile.
See,
and I think he's such a pedophile who brags about it.
I get nervous when I hear this stuff because I think, oh God, somebody's going to get doxxed or swatted or accused of something. It's like it always ends up here in YouTube. Like whenever things get interesting, everyone always has to go to this low. You know, I hope that doesn't happen to me. Like I don't get doxxed or swatted by somebody. You know, like one of your detractors, but. I don't know. I just wanted to give you some credit, you know, because you don't get enough credit. I mean, if you were here, I'm sure we'd be hanging out, you know, sharing a beer or something. You know, you're not about tearing people down, I guess, until it's until it's
No,
time
I'd rather
to
build
retaliate.
people up.
You got
You're
to
right. I'd
retaliate.
rather build people up. I like to find people to build up. I don't want to find people to bring down.
Yeah.
You get enough of that. They come at you every day. People that tear down. That's easy. Tearing people down is easy. I made a popularity out of that. My popularity is based off of that. But it's also based off of bringing people up. And that is what ultimately I like to do. What I like to do is I like to take a tree and I like to shed all of the shit off of that tree and then show you that fucking tree in all its glory. So if that means I gotta face a goddamn Wits End or a fucking dumpster Rick or a fucking fireman faggot John Taylor, I'll face them motherfuckers and I'll tear them off of that motherfucking thing that I want to prop up, and then I'll take that thing and I'll prop it up in all its glory. I'd rather do that than to just tear fucking shit down all the time. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
See,
at a
like Corey's a bad guy. He's in a bad way in his life. He's dying. I mean, the guy is not doing good physically. Let's face it, he's not. But you gotta give credit where credit's due. People forget about Corey and the shit that he's done, where he's exposed shit. He actually has exposed a few things. He's not somebody I would prop up as somebody to go listen to everything he says, because 98% of everything he says is trash. It's bullshit. And nobody likes fucking Corey. Nobody fucking likes Corey. But you gotta follow the guy because he'll come up with some good shit occasionally. That's the problem with Corey. You can't just not watch the motherfucker. Does that make sense? I mean, goddamn.
yeah.
And I don't watch him. I don't watch him. You know how I find out about all this? Because I'm in his circles. So because I'm in his circle, I don't have to watch him. I don't have to listen to it. But I hear everything that he's done. Everything he does. Every fucking day I hear about it.
Why is everyone in
See?
a Discord now? I didn't jump on this. I don't why is everybody in a Discord server, and why does that always end up in a conflict with people being cyber attacked and you know, DDS and everything? I mean, I don't
Yeah,
get it.
because Discord is the place where everybody who's into everything and everybody is at. So, for example, if I was to put a stethoscope up your fucking ass, right? And I went up there and I found a cyst. I'm going to tell on you, right? Whatever. And so I'm telling on you left and right. I'm exposing your fucking ass. Well, guess what? I'm on Discord. So people are going to know about it ahead of time because I'm on Discord telling the motherfuckers I'm going live exposing that motherfucking cyst up that motherfucker's rectum. You dig? So that's why Discord is so popular right now, because all of the doxers are on Discord. And everybody wants to hear about the nasty and everybody. If you were Dolly Parton and you had an illegitimate son that you had aborted, people want to hear about that, right? If you were John Travolta and, well, everybody knows he's gay, but what about if John Travolta had sex with, say, somebody like I don't know, what's that motherfucker's name that made them movies, Rambo and all that shit?
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, what if them two guys were caught having sex and I was the only guy that had the photos of it and I exposed it? And guess what? The place to go to let everybody know you're going to do that is Discord. And everybody knows it. So I'm going to go join Discord. I'm going to brag about it. And then I'm going to fucking do a live stream showing it. That is why Discord's so popular right now. It's sad to say, but that's what's up with Discord. The owner of Discord was deleting my goddamn channels until I threatened him, and I bullshitted the guy. I was like, "Open your front door, motherfucker! I'm gonna kick your fucking punk ass right now, you little bitch." I was cussing him out, and I'm doing it publicly. I was doing it cell phone to his cell phone, by the way. He has not fucking only one time after that they fucking got rid of my profile. After that, they gave me a fucking warning.
You know, you said that people prefer shit over something with substance. What was it? What? There's a passage in the Bible about how so many people are lost to the dark when it's easier to go to the light. You know the passage I'm talking about? I mean, I know there's a lot of them, but I mean, you know what I'm referring to, right? Maybe you're not religious. You are, aren't you?
Oh, I'm very religious. I'm trying to keep this up in my brain, so keep talking.
Mm.
There are a lot of people giving into the dark, and in my opinion, the only true Bible to read is the Catholic Bible. And I'm not Catholic. I am not Catholic, but the Catholic Bible has all the books of the Bible in it. That's why I say that. And they're very historical pieces. They're very accurate. And people need to pay attention and pay heed to everything in those books.
Have you heard of the 3 days of dark, or is it 3 days of darkness or 6 days of darkness? That always freaked me out. Seems like only
Well,
Catholics.
quite simply put, the people of the darkness are the people that are against the people of the light. So, who are the people of the light and who are the people of the darkness? Pretty easy to understand. So, if you get into reading about the dragon and all of that, then what you come to understand is the people of the dragon are the people who are deceived by Satan. The people who are deceived by Satan are the homosexuals for the most part. But only 2/3 of the homosexuals are deceived by Satan and suckered into following him. Then, same thing for the women. The women who are bisexual are lured to follow the gay men into that deception. They are given under the rule of those men. So basically, under Satanism, gay men rule over women. These are your women beaters of society, like John Taylor, for example, that beat women. These are the people that say, big me, little you. Those kind of people are the people of Satan. So the people of God, the people of light, whether you're gay, whether you're a man or a woman, you're gay, whether you're straight or whoever the fuck you are, if you're in the right fight for the right reason, you are the people of the light because you care about other people. You are a good person. See? And that pretty simplifies quite simply who's going to heaven or who's going to hell. So I'm very well acquainted with the good book, with the Bible, and I very closely follow it. I carry it in my heart. But I will never be a part of the darkness as described in the Bible per se. Does that make sense?
What about Johnny Cash? Didn't he kind of walk the line between, like in between? Didn't he kind of?
Well, Willie Nelson, people like Willie Nelson and Johnny Cash, they did walk the line. They did walk the line as close as possible. But let me point out to you, in the book of Matthew, chapter 15, there's a line drawn. But no man, woman, or angel of heaven can walk that line. You're either on one side or the other. So his song was to exemplify that. Johnny Cash was a Christian. A lot of people don't know that. And he liked to portray the bad guy, man in black, but you never seen anything bad about the guy, did you?
Oh, okay.
Really?
Wow.
Not really.
A lot of
Same
people
thing
can't
with Willie Nelson.
appreciate.
Willie Nelson was gay. Let me
was
tell
he?
you about Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson never fucking turned against God.
See, that's fascinating. Why everybody's so crazy about drawing political lines now that they there's no more nuance. I never knew that Willie Nelson was gay, but that would explain why he has a song at the end of Brokeback Mountain, I guess. But,
Oh yeah, Willie Nelson was gay. There's no doubt about that. That was guaranteed from day one.
what do you think about Lutherans? While I sent the link to my
Lutherans are gay if you're at the top of the Lutheran chain. I was baptized Lutheran. I was brought up a Lutheran. I overheard the very top echelon in the Lutheran church talking in a bedroom one day. As a little kid, I got lost. I went into the wrong fucking, I walked the wrong fucking way. Forgive me, Lord. But I overheard them talking. Lutherans to go from a lifetime educated Lutheran of being straight and God and all that to be a priest in the Lutheran church, you have to give up your fucking butthole to some priest that can butt fuck your ass in order to be that fucking priest.
Zach, I know you're listening out there. What do you have to say to that? Zach, my friend Zach is
Lutherans are fucking queer.
Sorry, man. Hey, Zach, I have
That's
no
why I
control.
left the Lutheran church as a child.
This is Bob's show. I'm just saying, what do you think about coming on sometime to debate my buddy Zach about this? Because I think,
would love to. Yeah, that's not a problem. I got no problem with that. Yeah, Lutherans are absolute faggots from priesthood up. All of them people in the Lutheran church are absolute fucking faggots. Every one of them has been fucked in the ass. Every fucking one of them. I don't care what they say. They're all faggots. They got blown out buttholes.
Well, that's kind of harsh. No, what I've noticed, with the Lutherans that I've come across, not all of them, is that a lot of times the compassion in their approach seems lost, and they just want to change you and change you and change you to their. And it's like they won't take any compromise
in that church. You don't see them passing out free food to help the homeless. You don't see that. And do you know why? Because the Catholics do that. So their mandate is not to pass out free food. It's to go around finding all the other motherfuckers right at the tip of that iceberg that they can bring in to butt fuck, to turn into a Satanist preacher. That's the Lutheran agenda right there.
Why? Because
that's the way the Lutheran church is. That's their entire mission. They serve Satan. They do not serve God.
Sorry, if you I don't want to appear like I'm being sneaky or anything. I'm just, since we got onto the Lutheran topic, I had to tell my buddy who's a co-host on my show on Sundays. And I just think Trumpster Bob versus Zach or whatever he wants to call himself now would be epic for my little peon world.
Oh yeah, invite me on there anytime, any day of the week. I was brought up in the Lutheran church. I can tell you everything about that fucking pedophile church.
Well, what? So you find your beliefs are more in line with Catholicism now, even though you're not Catholic, you say?
Correct. The Catholic Bible is 100% the Bible. The Protestant Bible being the King James Bible or the Bible that Donald Trump follows and all those Bibles, they're not the real Bibles. They're not. The Catholic Bible's got all the Bibles in it. You got to have at least follow the Catholic Bible and all of the other writings of everybody from that time period. You can't just follow those religious writings. And when you do, you're going to paint a simple fucking picture of what's right and what's wrong.
I've heard just as much bad about Mormonism, obviously. I mean, only
the Mormons are weird, aren't they?
Yeah. I think Glenn Beck is an oddity because he succeeded despite his weird Mormonism. You know,
Yeah, that guy was weird. The whole fucking church is weird.
I see
You
you
know,
go at a
you,
lot of conservatives and punch.
if a guy wants to marry into money, all you got to do is join the Mormon church. And if a girl marries you, you're married into fucking money.
I see you go at a lot of conservatives. What do they call it? Punching down or punching right. And obviously, you never miss an opportunity to go after the left either. Uh, what's left if you do that? That's what I've had. That's what I've struggled with over the years. It's like if you don't kind of tolerate the people in your base who may act up, but if you don't tolerate that, how are you going to have anyone left to? I mean, no man can be an island to himself. It's like, how do you punch right or punch down and still, you
Yeah,
know,
I've never perfected that. I can tell you right now that I don't give a fuck if I got a base. I just go out there and tell it like it is. Like I'll go out and I'll expose somebody for this or for that, and I don't give a fuck about having 10,000 people at my base that's going to carry and echo that message on. I simply do my videos. There it is. That's the way it is. Like it or not, there it is, and that's it. See,
uh,
you can't go against what I do because what I do is absolute. I never leave to where there's any fucking question about it. When I do a video exposing some shit like William Quigley having AIDS, he's got AIDS. There is no question about it. In fact, he fucking admits it nowadays. So now that we know that I just recently exposed William Quigley for having AIDS, well, he's had HIV for 30 fucking years. This ain't nothing new. It's only new to people like you, the people that I have given this information to. See, it was never new to me. I've known about this for a fucking couple of years. But so when you talk about a base, if I had a base, yeah, I could see the benefit in that as far as tarnishing a person's career. But I'm not into that. I'm not into like I'm gonna do a video and I want everybody to echo that until William Quigley is so far down and commits suicide, blows his fucking brains out.
well, we
I'm
don't
not
want that,
into that.
do we? I mean, do we
Huh?
want? We don't want that, do we? We don't want that to happen.
No, yeah, people don't want that. So I'm just not into that. So when my own base gets off the fucking handles the wrong way, I got to go after my base.
Hmm.
Fireman John would be one of those people.
I have found that
I like Fireman John. Don't get me wrong.
you
There
do.
are some things I love about Fireman John. Yes. But there are a lot of things I don't like about the motherfucker, too. You dig?
What do you
So,
like about him?
what I like about him.
Yeah.
He's a lucky motherfucker. He found a woman that cared enough about him to bring him off the fucking street gutter and turn him into something. That says a lot about somebody right there.
Wow. My friend said I tried to get my friend to tune in to the show here. Your broadcast, and he says, I don't know, it seems kind of boomer. Like that's a bad thing. I mean, the boomers paved the way for us. I mean, I don't have a problem with that if that's the case. I mean, I don't know how old you are, but I mean, if you're
I'm
boomer,
55. I'm not a boomer per se, but I don't mind the boomer thing. Look, you
yeah,
know, people don't understand like whenever you're bringing out good information or bad information in today's society, people want to take a little something that somebody said and run with it,
mm,
right? That's what they do. That's the trend. It's kind of passing, by the way. It's a passing trend. But what I found more important than not, it doesn't matter if you're 23 years old or if you're 60 years old. If you disclose information that people want to know, they're going to run with it. And that's what I do. I disclose information that nobody fucking knew about. I have a history of this. This is what I'm famous for. It's what I'm known for.
there are a few things that you have exposed, so to speak, that I have problems accepting. as truth. And I don't remember what it was about Alex Jones, but I mean, I've always looked up to Alex Jones and felt like
Okay, yeah, this is a good topic. Yeah,
okay.
absolutely. Talk to me.
Well, I don't think, I think it was very poor judgment for him to say what he said about nobody was getting shot at Sandy or whatever it was he said. I don't even know.
Yeah. All of that.
But I
Okay,
still
let me time you out right here. Let me time you out just for a second. People like you need to understand Alex Jones does not have that one lawsuit against him. He had 23 lawsuits against him. One of them was his black female employee that he got too close together and in between two desks and humped her. This guy, Alex Jones, has never, in fact, here's the deal.
okay.
I exposed more globalists, 5 of them in one fucking day, than Alex Jones ever did in his entire fucking career. Alex exposed 2 globalists. One of them was the first one in 1996, who was a retired motherfucker. The other one was the guy that owns redpill.com. That guy was the fucking mentor to that cocksucker. I can't remember his name off my head, who was the impersonating Trump back in 2016. He got paid $2,500 to show up, throw a Bible on the ground, burn it, step on it, whatever. That cocksucker. I exposed him. I exposed all of them motherfuckers. You dig?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So there's a big difference, and you gotta watch where that line's drawn, man.
Don't you feel like he's done a lot of good? I mean, he shows
No,
up during
no. The
Waco.
only good he did was to expose the globalists that he fucking worked for, Bronfman. The Bronfman family are globalists.
The Who family?
Bronfman. Bronfmon. Bronfman.
Okay.
That's the Canadian mafia. They the Church of England owned 30% of Seagram's whiskey. Seagram's whiskey is what they used to own. They sold it off now. But then they own Free Speech Systems LLC. Guess who owns it now? Ted Turner. Ted Turner swapped that stock for the stock he gave Mr. Bronfman Time Warner, not Time Warner, Warner Music. Warner Music. He gave him Warner Music and took over Free Speech Systems LLC. Next thing that happens, he fucking got exposed by me and got fucking sued by all these fucking people because of me. And guess what? Wits End was hired by Free Speech Systems to go after me. That's the
Really?
fact of the matter.
Well, now
Yeah.
why? What was really?
They were trying to shut me down. They were trying to make my word not be worth shit, so nobody believed me. But it was too late. I've already exposed them. They're already done. You can't fucking take back what was done. But they tried it. They were paying him. They were the number one supporters of LibertyRush.com. I notified them that I'm fixing to start doing videos with their fucking name associated with Wits End over here with that bullshit. And I'm going to expose the motherfuckers if they didn't stop fucking paying the motherfuckers money. So his top 3 fucking supporters pulled out. Every one of them that I notified, he had 8. I only notified 3. All 3 pulled out of funding him. He's got no more money. He shut it down. That's what really fucking happened. I shut him down. And Free Speech Systems earned $32 million last year. And I shut them down. Think about that for a minute. This is all I've ever done since 2016 is go up against these $1 million fucking corporations that think that their shit don't stink, that they can't be beat. And I shut them down every fucking time.
Something else I always struggled with was your insistence that Elisa Jordana is a man. And I know that's one that you defend very fiercely, and I think it's great. It's hilarious.
Right.
And maybe
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm not
maybe
going
you're
to
right.
say that I'm not wrong here, but I'm going to say this. With my intel that I've looked up, and it's very scientific here. I could explain it to you again, but I know you've heard it.
I've heard it. Yeah.
Right. Her name is Elisa Duru. She was born a fucking man.
So they named a guy, a male kid, Elisa.
Elisa, there is no, check this out. Go Google up the Duru tribe and the names, how they name men and women.
Uh-huh.
They only name the men that start out with a letter E, period.
Every man
No
has a name
woman is ever named with the name that starts out with a letter E.
Huh.
Elisa, any of those names are for a male, not a female.
She does have an odd way about her. Like, she repeats everything everyone says back to them, and also she's very she like poses a lot, like and like pouts, does the lip pout thing that, like, it's all very rehearsed. It seems like everything with her seems very rehearsed. So I mean, it's possible, but I mean, you could be right, you could be wrong. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good, but I gotta go to use the restroom, so I'm gonna call it a night, man.
It was a pleasure talking to you, and I hope that we make this debate with you and my Lutheran friend happen one Sunday sometime soon.
Catch me over. I'll be there.
Catch me over here on YouTube. Thanks, Bob. Have a good night, man.
You be cool.